You know, in the world of Dragon Ball, power is something you fight for, tooth and nail. It's earned through struggle. But what if it wasn't? What if it was just there? Today, we're diving into a timeline that's built on that one single massive change. So what if our hero, Goku, was just born with the power of a god? I'm talking about latent God Ki, an incredible, undetectable power that's been there since day one. And believe me, this one little anomaly, it's going to rewrite the entire saga. Let's see just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Okay, so here's the roadmap for this wild ride. We'll kick things off with the Saiyan being born a god. Then, we'll see the deception it causes on planet Namek. After that, things get dark with a perfect genetic monster. From there, it's a battle of true gods, and we'll wrap it all up with an imposter's final justice. It's one big chain reaction. All right, let's get into it. Part 1. A Saiyan born a god. This is where it all begins, the first domino to fall. So the whole foundation of this timeline, the big secret sauce, is Goku's power. See, from the moment he was born, he had this latent God Ki just sitting there. This isn't something he trained for, no special technique. It's a pure genetic fluke. And when it gets triggered, boom. He goes into this uncontrollable state that looks just like Super Saiyan God, a power he has absolutely no idea how to handle. And right away, the first big fight goes completely off the rails. When Raditz shows up, yeah, Goku and Piccolo are a bit stronger because of their rivalry, but that's not the main event. The real game changer? It's Gohan. When he gets angry and explodes, it's not just a little power boost. No way. He taps into his own latent God Ki. The attack is just devastating. It pretty much vaporizes Raditz, leaving him just enough life to gasp out one last terrified message to his buddies. And this is huge. You gotta remember, in the story we all know, both Goku and Piccolo die fighting Raditz. But here, Gohan's godlike power means they both survive. That completely changes everything. No death, no trip down Snake Way, no training with King Kai. The entire path forward is now totally different. Which brings us right to part 2, deception on planet Namek. With our heroes still alive and kicking on Earth, the whole trip to another planet plays out in a completely unexpected way, and it leads to a seriously unlikely alliance. So picture this. They get to Namek, and Goku just flicks on that god form and instantly takes out Zarbon and Dodoria. Done. Frieza's watching this on his scouter, and he sees Goku's power level just vanish. Poof. The only other time he's seen anything like that was with Beerus, the god of destruction, and Frieza is terrified. So being the cunning tyrant he is, he completely changes his game plan. He doesn't fight, he lies. He spins this whole story about a mission of peace and tricks our naive hero into helping him find the Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, while Goku's getting played, Piccolo is having one heck of a power-up. He gets wished back to life and zapped over to Namek. And check this out. He doesn't just merge with Nail, the warrior. When the Grand Elder Guru passes away, Piccolo merges with him too. This fusion gives him not just insane power, but all of Guru's ancient wisdom. He becomes a powerhouse on a level that can actually go toe-to-toe with Goku's god form. Of course, the big betrayal comes. Frieza gets all the Dragon Balls and screams out his wish for immortality, but nothing happens. Turns out Purunga only understands Namekian. Whoops. Frieza's been completely outplayed. Goku takes him down, and as Frieza is fading away, he mutters the 2 words that confirm his worst nightmare, Super Saiyan God. So our heroes come back to Earth stronger and way, way smarter than before. But here's the twist. Their very survival has accidentally created a far deadlier threat lurking in the shadows. Let's move on to part 3, the perfect genetic monster. Okay, so a few years of peace go by, but a new problem is brewing, and it's a direct result of that first big victory. Remember how Goku survived the fight with Raditz? Well, that means the dark future that created future Trunks never happened. It's gone, which means there's no one to come back and warn them about the androids. The world is completely blind to what Dr. Jiro has been cooking up in his lab. And that creation is Cell. But hold on, this is not the Cell we know. This version is built using cells from Goku, Piccolo, and Frieza. And since this Goku was born with God Ki, well, you see where this is going. Cell inherited it. He's a genetic monster who was literally born with the potential of a god. The fight with Cell is just brutal. Cell can see that Gohan is holding back, that he's afraid of fighting. So he decides to force Gohan's hand in the most twisted, horrific way you can imagine. He fires a single death beam that kills Goku and then keeps going, right through their house, killing Chi-Chi too. Gohan is forced to watch both of his parents get erased in the blink of an eye. See, Cell's goal isn't just to win. He wants to create a world that's ruled by fear. And to do that, he needs Gohan to stop being afraid of fighting and start being afraid of him. It's this twisted, psychological game he's playing, thinking it's the key to unlocking Gohan's real power.
And you know what? It works, just not at all like Cell planned. Gohan's rage doesn't turn into some blind fury. All those years of mental training with Goku and Piccolo kick in, and he channels it. He completely skips Super Saiyan 2 and goes straight to Super Saiyan Blue. And with absolute focus, with total control, he just dismantles perfect Cell. The threat is over, just like that.
So, with Cell gone, our heroes have reached a whole new level of power. But that kind of strength, it gets noticed. It attracts attention from an even higher plane. So get ready for Part 4, A Battle of True Gods. This is where mortals finally meet real divinity. When Beerus, the actual god of destruction, shows up on Earth, we learn there's a huge difference in God Ki. The kind that Goku and Gohan have, it's like a special ability they were born with, a transformation they can turn on and off. But Beerus's power, that's the real deal. It's the very essence of what it means to be a god. It's always on, this overwhelming, constant pressure that you can physically feel just by being near him.
And the power gap here is just staggering. Gohan, who has now tapped into his full potential and is officially the strongest mortal on the planet, even stronger than his dad, is still just a drop in the ocean compared to a real god of destruction. It's not even the same sport, let alone the same league.
So Beerus ends up becoming more of a rival than a flat-out threat. But that doesn't mean the danger is over. A new, much more sinister evil starts to crawl out from the divine realms themselves. And that brings us to our final part, an imposter's final justice.
Now remember, no future Trunks means no future Trunks saga as we know it. But we still get a Goku Black arc. This rogue Kaien in training Zamasu sees Goku's power during the Universe 6 tournament and just becomes obsessed. He hatches this meticulous plan. Kill his master, steal the time ring, and then use the Super Dragon Balls not once, but twice. First wish, swap bodies with Goku. Second wish, with a different set of balls, immortality. So this puts Gohan in an absolutely impossible position. He has to fight an immortal enemy who gets stronger with every single hit and who is wearing the face of his dead father. It's a nightmare. But Zamasu, in all his brilliant planning, made one critical mistake. He stole the body of the second strongest Saiyan. He forgot that in this timeline, Gohan has always been the one with more potential. And in the end, the solution isn't about brute force. It's about wisdom. Piccolo, with the combined knowledge of both Guru and Kami swimming around in his head, knows you can't kill what's immortal. You have to contain it. So he pulls out an ancient, almost forgotten sealing technique. With just one word, Mafubra. The nightmare of Goku Black is trapped and sealed away for good. So Gohan and Piccolo have saved the day again, reaching levels of power that are just beyond comprehension. But that leaves us with one final, kind of chilling question, doesn't it? The stronger you become, the bigger the target on your back gets. With power like theirs now echoing across the entire cosmos, what new, unimaginable threats have just woken up and are now heading their way?